for the fans. The glory for the pinstripes.
What's up, Yanks Nation? Welcome back to the channel. It's tough turning the camera on today. The 2025 season is over. Way too soon and in the most frustrating way possible. Getting bounced at home, in the American League Division Series, in 4 games to the Toronto Blue Jays, that's a tough pill to swallow, especially after making the World Series last year in 2024. The expectation was the ring, and what we got was a painful step backward. The Bronx Bombers just weren't bombing. We saw Aaron Judge do his thing, clutch homer in Game 3 to keep us alive, but let's be real, he was out there all alone. The supporting cast just vanished against Toronto. Now, we head into an offseason that is shaping up to be one of the most critical in recent memory for Brian Cashman and for the Evil Empire. And while we're all just digesting this loss, a piece of news from the recent past has surfaced, and I got to be straight up with you about it. I've been making calls, checking my sources, and what I'm hearing is definitive. We're talking about Aroldis Chapman, the former Yankees closer, the Cuban missile, has made his feelings crystal clear about any potential reunion with the Pinstripes. And I'm telling you, it ain't pretty. According to confirmed sources, including reporting via Talkin' Yanks and Swing Completo LLC, Chapman was asked about a return to New York. His answer, and I quote, "No way, not dead. If they told me I was being traded to New York, I'd pack my bags and go home. I'll retire on the spot if that happens." He went even further, and this is the core of my analysis. I suffered a lot of disrespect there. Disrespect? Let's break that down. We, as Yankees fans, and especially the bleacher creatures, we know what pressure is. Playing in the Bronx ain't for everybody. You got to have that dog in you. Aroldis Chapman had moments of absolute dominance. Nobody denies the velocity. But his legacy in New York, if we're being honest, is complicated. The disrespect he claims, did he forget the moments he let us down? The defining moment of his career here, unfortunately, is that meatball he served up to Jose Altuve, ending our season in 2019. That slider that didn't slide, that was the peak of the frustration against the Astros. But it wasn't just that. In his final years here, we saw the decline, the loss of control, the injuries, the inability to lock down crucial postseason games. The Yankees paid him top of the market money to be an elite closer in October. And when the lights got brightest, he didn't deliver consistently. The disrespect he felt was, frankly, the reaction from a fan base and an organization that demand excellence. When you fail to meet that standard, repeatedly patience runs out. That's how it works in New York City. It ain't personal, it's business. And the business of the Yankees is winning championships, something we haven't done since 2009. So let's be clear, the door for Aroldis Chapman isn't just closed, it's locked, bolted, and he's the one who threw away the key. And you know what? That's fine. The Yankees shouldn't be looking backward. The problem is right here in the present and in the future. Chapman's statement is just loud noise, a distraction from a past we need to move on from. The real focus for Brian Cashman and Hal Steinbrenner has to be fixing the 2025 roster that failed spectacularly against the Blue Jays. Like I said, Judge can't do it alone. Where was the backup? The production from the rest of this lineup was anemic. We need more than just power. We need contact hitters, guys who can put the ball in play in clutch situations, guys who aren't just swinging for the fences every single time. The Evil Empire can't be built on just one pillar. And let's talk about the pitching. The ALDS loss exposed our weaknesses. Garrett Cole is an ace, but the rotation behind him needs serious reinforcements. The bullpen, once our greatest strength, showed cracks. We need reliable arms who can bridge the gap in the 7th and 8th. The Yankees model of just relying on high-velocity arms is being challenged. We need pitchers who execute, not just guys who throw 102 miles per hour with no command like Chapman in his worst days. This offseason demands strategic, maybe even unpopular moves. Cashman needs to be surgical. The window with Judge and Cole in their prime isn't going to stay open forever. Spending money is easy. Spending money smart is what wins rings. The 2024 World Series loss to the Dodgers hurt, but this 2025 ALDS flameout is a 5-alarm fire. Look, my concise analysis of the main news is this. Aroldis Chapman saying he'll never play for the Yankees again is irrelevant to the team's future, but it's very telling about the past. It's the admission of a player who couldn't handle the heat in the Bronx. My take, good riddance. The Pinstripes need players focused on winning the next game, not whining about perceived disrespect from years ago. Now, I gotta hear from you. What do you think, Yanks Nation? Does Chapman have a point about being disrespected, or is this just a player who couldn't handle the bright lights of New York? And more importantly, what is the #1 move Brian Cashman must make this offseason to make sure the Bronx Bombers get back to the World Series and this time finish the job? Drop your comments below. I read them all and answer as many as I can. And if you want the real-time news, the inside scoops, and the straight-up analysis on the Yanks, no fluff, subscribe to the channel right now and hit that bell. I bring the real facts. Stay tuned.